What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Want to talk to you guys right now about AITX, okay? What I want to talk to you guys about is this, okay? Towards the end of the video, we're going to get to the news that came out today, which is probably out of all the news that we heard in the last month, 2 months, which was nothing but great, huge news. But today was major news, and probably one of the biggest, and probably is the most promising of them all, even though there weren't any partnerships announced or any major orders. But we'll get to that. But what I want to get to is this, okay? I know a lot of you are on StockTwits right now. Those of you that are on the StockTwits AITX page, right? You guys are familiar with these two people who are almost 99% the same person, right? One of them is Lay of the Land and EZEEE for the main one, right? The main bear who's trying. These, again, most likely 99% sure they're the same person. So what I want you guys to understand is this. All this person does, sits at home, no life, no girlfriend, nothing going for him at all, but sitting on an AITX StockTwits page, thinking in his mind that he's doing anything to the stock price, spreading nothing but BS. Mind you, nobody listens to this guy. And there's really something wrong with this guy mentally. And it's not, he sits there all day, really thinks he's doing something to us. So, but what I wanted to address right now, just for this guy, okay, he mentioned that there's dilution going on, right? He said it went from 2.57 billion shares to 3 billion shares, or whatever, right? So what I want you guys to understand is this, right? Before we get into what Steve said specifically about this, okay? Upon me reading all this that this guy keeps posting, Dilution just trying to do everything in his power to scare people to get the price as low as possible, just so he could buy in as much as possible and drive it up more to sell it, and then drive back down again to a price he's comfortable with, buy more again and drive it up. That's all he does. And he really thinks by talking a bunch of crap on this page literally every second, because he has no life, is going to do anything to the stock price. He's literally mentally not stable. So what I want to tell you guys is this. There is no dilution. Okay, these are old warrants being exercised, which was press released back in December 15, 2020, which was announced that they're negotiating all the toxic debt. No more toxic debt as per December 15 press release, which is what made me look into this company and grab 4 million shares of this company. Okay, so now let's get into what Steve told me about this 10 minutes ago. After I asked him about the dilution, right, that this guy, Lay of the Land and EZEE was talking about. And listen, you're going to watch this video, Easy. I promise you, I will post this video every time you say some BS that's not true, that you're straight capping, and that you're just misleading people on here, which you're not doing anything to the stock price. But I want the new investors that are on here to not be misled by fools like this that are mentally unstable. And mind you, there's nothing wrong with being mentally unstable, but you do have to get medicated if you want to function in society, right? So anyways, what Steve was told me was as follows. So I asked him, hey Steve, all this, what's going on with all this dilution. The shares went from this to this, that. So what he told me was this, right? Steve's own words. Yes, good question, and lots of misconceptions around this. I don't pull out any shares. I've never sold a share, and I have no plans to sell shares for years. And I hold the bulk of them through my preferred shares. I hold no common shares. The usual screaming of me selling, diluting is incorrect because it's simply impossible. The December 15th press release was awesome because I had finished negotiating all our toxic into straight debt plus warrants. Shares. In that press, I shared that there will be further minimally dilutive actions. For example, if there is 2 billion shares out there, I may raise $1 million in exchange for the lender getting 1 million shares. Just an example. Just an example. Even 20 million shares would be minimally dilutive. But there certainly isn't massive dilution. I've made moves to protect shareholders long term, namely getting rid of the toxic debt. The market will go up and down, etc. It's not me doing stuff. Me and the people holding warrants are all aligned with our shareholders. We want the price to go up. No one person controls what it does, especially not mentally unstable people on stock twits with no life. That last part is me speaking. Right. So, complex for sure. Finance is complex, but I'm here to explain it as best as possible, and I avoid these swings, etc., due to people not knowing and falling prey to rumors. I think I have limited ability in this regard, but I try. I hope that helps. Once again, no toxic dilution. These are old warrants that was already press released. Nothing new. This company is doing nothing but growing, nothing but putting out huge partnerships with these security companies, huge orders from Fortune 50 companies, Fortune 10 companies, Fortune 100 companies. Let's get to today's press release. Okay, so Steve posted this press release on Twitter. He said this as well. One of my favorite PRs to date. It is mine too, Steve. It's definitely mine as well. First of many in this style to reinforce and validate effectiveness, adoption, excitement, growing sales. We shall be everywhere if we have our way. We shall be everywhere. Steve, I 100% agree with you. I think we will be everywhere. Now let's get to this. Let's get to this PR today. Lay of the land. I hope you're still paying attention to this one. I hope you're still with me, buddy. Easy, whatever your name is, whatever you want to be called. But I'm going to call you mentally unstable. All right, so let's get to it. Artificial intelligence today announced its wholly owned subsidiary, RAD, has published a case study featuring RAD's client, Citrus Construction, a subsidiary of the Richmond Group, the 7th largest rental apartment owner in the U.S., 7th largest. This case study outlines how the deployment of RAD's Rosa has had a positive impact on the company's job sites. Greg Van, who is the vice president of Citrus, states, "We are paying a fraction of what we were paying before. More importantly, we've seen a drop in crime. a fraction of what they were paying before and seen a drop in crime? Construction companies, property managers, and contractors are repeatedly plagued by the costly and dangerous instances of theft, vagrancy, and trash dumping on their job sites and properties. RAD's roles as a breakthrough in autonomous security devices, complementing and at times outright replacing traditional security guards. What? For a top rental apartment, for one of the 7th largest rental apartment owners in the US to say that? We know where the future is headed. We know what's going on. We know that this is the beginning of the extinction of the security guards, because we're not going to need them anymore. They're going to have to find elsewhere to fit in the same industry. They don't have to change their whole industry, but they're going to have to get involved with the technology that will be replacing them. And it's inevitable that will be happening, and AITX is at the forefront of this. And this is just the first step of validating that fact, that statement. So let's continue. Replacing traditional security guards. Rosa is doing the same or better than having a security guard in place, Van Hoy concluded. This study is absolute validation towards everything that we have built in the RAD ecosystem, said Steve Reinhardt, president and CEO of RAD. The cost savings and enhanced security profile that Citrus Construction is experiencing with just a few Rosas is what we've envisioned for every business, large or small. You guys could go ahead and read the rest of this. Article. Matter of fact, let's read another paragraph, last paragraph, and the Richmond Group has indicated that they plan to share these successful results with its 100+ managed residential properties and their other construction projects. RAD is just scratching the surface of the massive U.S. construction market. There's so much potential in the construction services industry, and we expect that Rosa and other RAD solutions will be warmly received as they were with Citrus Construction, Reinhardt concluded. According to Statista in 2020, new construction in the United States was valued over $1.36 trillion. Lay of the land, EZEE. Please get help. Please find a girlfriend. Find a girl. Show her my video. Tell her you're famous. Look, you've been mentioned on the Brooklyn Stock Shop. We're all trying to help you. Seek help. Medical help. Because we're all worried about you. There's literally people on StockTwits worried about your mental health. Really want us to relax with you because we're worried about your mental health. There's something really wrong with you. Guys, let's show this guy. He's over there trying to create anti-rat army. He's literally delusional, guys. Let's not let him try. He's not doing anything to the price, but guys, don't fall for these tricks. Grab these shares. Again, do your own homework, right? I got right now about 500,000 in shares, over 4 million in shares right now. I got $500,000 in AITX. And if I had more money on the side to put into this company, I would put everything I have into this company, because it's just a matter of time. We got the 10K, 10Q, the real numbers coming out. Do not listen to any mental patients. that are unmedicated. Again, it is a serious problem in the US right now, and Uncle Sam and the Brooklyn Stock Shop urge lay of the land and EZEE, because they probably are the same person, to seek medical help, mental health treatment as soon as possible. And please, before you listen to anybody on StockTwits or any other social media platform, please do your due diligence. I'm here for you to ask any questions or confirm anything. I have a line to Steve with anything that needs to be answered. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you guys do too as well. But listen, I'm here for you. I'm in this with you. And let's get this AITX money. Salute, guys. Have a great night.